Okay, Flash Tube, let's try this for the third time. Hopefully my family won't have an emergency, or... First time I did it, my camera did some weird stuff. So, this video is focused on Zelda by Mirabilia. She is finished. I put the last bead in her earlier today, and so I'm going to put this video up. It will probably go up after my next update video, which will be in the next week and a half. I prefer to do it that way, and I will, so that's all this video is going to be about, is Zelda. I will also link below the Facebook groups that I will post my color conversion in. It will be in their files section, and I'll label it Zelda conversion, Diane Zelda conversion, or something along that line. You will be able to go there. It'll be a PDF format, so that should be able to translate to many different types of computer word processing programs, and you can download it and print it off and use it if you choose to. All I ask is you give Nora credit for her beautiful design and just say, hey, this is the conversion by Diane, and there you go. And there's no charge at all. But giving myself a little time to be able to contact the admins and make sure I can post in the file section. I know there's 2 groups at least that will have no problem with me putting that in the file section, but it's the admins. They have their own rules, and I will follow those rules because I enjoy the groups. So today is April 4th, 2020. I started her on January 1st, 2020. And yeah, I have 3 or 4 other finishes between that time and now, so I've stitched on other things. I changed her to violets, and I changed the roses to more of a bright red, and so that made changes in some of my bead choices and a silk choice. So I do not have a tripod, so I'm sorry, it's going to wiggle a little bit, but I'm going to walk through my colors, and then I will do more detailed looking at my finished Zelda. She is stitched on 32 count Thornhaven fabrics by Stephanie, and I don't know if it's still a regular color of hers, but it's a beautiful color, and it was a really nice piece of fabric to stitch on. So here we go. Get that out of the way. Oops. So this is what the PDF will look like. But let's give you a peek on what she looks like. I think she turned out so well. I am so pleased. It's the first time doing a conversion this large. I've done some smaller ones, but one this large. I'm so glad it came together. And let's talk about the colors, shall we? So in this, it's the original color that is called for, and this is what I used. So for DMC 154, I used DMC 902. For DMC 155, I used DMC 161. For DMC 310, I used Petite Silk Lame Braid by Rainbow Gallery SP01. So it has that little bit of sparkle. You use this as it comes off the card, just one strand. You do want to use shorter lengths because it lays better in the long run. This is my 4th card because it is used in her dress, her hair, and the back stitching. So just to give you an idea, the original pattern does call for 3 skeins of DMC black, so you could probably get by with 3 if you wanted to do the silk lame. Okay, 318, I used 318. 407, I used 407. 413, I used 413. 415, I used 415. Those are skin tone is 407, and the other 3 were used mostly in the cushions. 554, I used DMC 341. 632 is backstitch. I used that for the skin. 718, 326. 754 skin tone, used it. 758, used it. 801 hair color, used it. 819, I used DMC 211. This is the lightest purple. The original pattern said 2 skeins needed. You do need 2 skeins because I literally have 1 strand left of my second skein of 211. It is used all over. 915, I use DMC 815. This is one of the rose colors. 938, hair color used. 945, skin color used. 948, skin color used. 3371, hair color used it. And I think it's also used in backstitching. This mirror had more changes in backstitching colors than other mirrors, but it was still really clear to do. 3607, I use 333. This is this really dark kind of purple blue here. And this is 161. I was kind of nervous of these colors, how they would flow with the purples, but I think they work nicely. And when you look at the original pattern, some of those color combinations are similar. 3609, I use DMC 208. Yes, you do need 2 skeins. The original tells you to use 2 skeins, and so I had 2 skeins. I probably halfway into the second skein, so I didn't use quite as much of this particular color as I did of the 211, but yes, you definitely need 2 skeins. 3689, I used 209. 3756, I used that color. Again, it's in the cushions, and white or blanc is also used in the cushions. The original pattern calls for using 1 strand of 413 and 1 strand of water lilies fur. I did that. Again, that's on the cushions. Midnight by Water Lilies, I used that in my color conversion also. It is used a lot. It is used on this kind of feather design here, or fern design. So it is used a lot in the pattern, and so you do use probably half or more of that skein of Water Lily. Then it called for, I'm going to skip that one for a moment, fur. That's in the cushions, and I used that, and I used it for the blend. Skip mulberry. Iris, that's the purple, that is, I used that. Now the original calls for mulberry, and I have no problem with this color, except when it came time to actually use it, where I thought I'd use it, I didn't like it. Antique Rose is the called for silk for symbol, it's a number 3. I changed it to Cherry by Water Lily, so I also changed Mulberry to Water Lily. Let me show you. Here in the roses, this is the number 3, so this is the cherry color. The mulberry is only used on these little strands here in this edge of the cushions. I had mulberry, but I didn't like how it, because I did the dress first, then I did the cushions. I didn't like how it didn't go with these purples like the rose does, or sorry, the cherry does in the roses. And this is the only place that color is used, so I wasn't going to go and get another skein of something. So I chose to use this color here. So it's used on 2 different symbols. This is a filled-in triangle, and this is number 3. So you see the symbol, the filled-in triangle, and the number 3. Those are the same color. So that's what I chose to do. Let's talk beads. There are 7 Mill Hill beads called for in this design. They're all size 11. 168 I used. This is on the pillows. I had thought of using this blue bead color, but it didn't. When I laid it out, it didn't look right. Oops, excuse me. This is 02022. This is the called for Mill Hill, and that's what I used, particularly on the tassels. I had thought of possibly changing it to this bronze bead, but I didn't. So those are the only 2 original Mill Hills that I actually used because I own them, and they worked really well color-wise. Now for 02077, those are beads in her hair. And because I changed the color of the rose, they're more pinkish, and because I changed the color of the roses overall to more reddish, burgundy-ish, I chose to use this bead that I got from fusionbeads.com. Come on. Okay. It gets more focused that way. So this one, 03022 Mill Hill, that's the Mill Hill number, I changed out to a different bead. Again, the same size and very similar color. And these beads are used everywhere. They are used up here in the skirt, in this darker areas, like these big clusters. Yeah, you use a lot of that particular color bead. They're also used a little in the tassels and a little on the edge of the cushions. And over here, all through here. The other bead, and I know you have to have multiple packages according to the original pattern, is this one, 10003, which I subbed out a Delica Black. That is used all through here. Like you have the fern, and this is all the little black beads. So those two beads, you definitely want the multi-packs, however many they tell you in the pattern. Except for fusionbeads.com, you get more in each package for the money. And so I only had to order one package of each of these beads, and I still have plenty left over. 10008 is kind of this purpley color. This one I would have changed from the original anyway, because I think the original is more pinkish, and because I changed everything purple, I wanted more of a purple bead. And 10092, this sparkly purple blue color, I changed. So what did I change them to? The red I changed to SB1600. This is the fusionbead.com number for the 03022 SB1484 fusion bead color. The ones that begin with DB, those are Delica beads. Delica bead 10, that's the black. Delica bead 0782, that is the kind of purpley color. And DB 0284, that's the shiny purple. So the shiny purple is used in these little circles that are kind of scattered throughout the entire gown. It's also used in this section of the design, and it's also used throughout the entire black band, those sparkly purple beads. The kind of the purple-ish beads are used here in the pillows. There's like a cluster of 4 beads, and it's one of those is the purple bead. That's the only place that one's used. The black beads, again, they're used all over the pattern, and I talked about the 30322. So this will be available, 2 strands of DMC and water lilies unless noted. You do use one of the water lilies for back stitching, and you use, because the black, I used the silk lame, I used that for back stitching also. I used 1 strand of the petite silk lame. The non-Mill Hill beads were ordered from fusionbeads.com, and I have the reference numbers there from what I actually ordered on Fusion Beads. I tried to use symbols that are approximate to the actual pattern, but do double check your pattern to get the exact symbols. The pattern was designed by Nora Corbett. I stitched mine on 32 count Thornhaven by Fabrics by Stephanie. Enjoy stitching this beautiful pattern by Nora. So let's do some close-ups, shall we? Let's start with that beautiful face. That is a stunning face. And a lot of beads up here. So that red is these clusters here. And if it was more the pinky red, it wouldn't have looked right because of the other colors I used. Because I changed all these red threads, so it needed to be more red. But yeah, there's a lot of beads in that headdress bonnet thing she has going on, and her earring. And I did skin 2/2. Those of you who do 1/1, bless you. But that's not me. I gotta straighten this one stitch out. Something went wonky there. Could just be the light, because I haven't ironed this. Let's look at the cushions. These tassels, there's a lot of beads, and these are mostly the Mill Hills. I had a hard time getting the mill hills on this piece, but every bead I bought from Fusion Beads, I had no issues. Even when they were clustered together, I had no issues. I don't know. But they're all the same size beads. So there's the tassel, beading here, beading along the edge of the pillows, all these little decorative beads. Can't tell. I think there's only 3 pillows on this, but she could be sitting on 4, I suppose. Another tassel. And more DMC, and then these strands coming off. They really pull it together. So let's look at the dress now. There's her skin and her hand. Lots and lots and lots of beads. It took me 2.5 days to bead her. Because part of it was I kept mixing up 2 of the symbols. I have no idea why. I kept mixing up this one for the black, which is like a circle inside of a circle with a dot in the middle. And then this one is a solid circle. And those are, of course, the most common beads used in the entire thing. And I kept messing them up. So I'd have to undo it and then give myself a chance to breathe and then redo it. I know there was one part, it was in her hair. I did like 4 times. So the sparkly purple ones, you see them there and you see them here. The roses, these are all that water lily, so they go from a brown to a red, but I think it works. Lots and lots and lots of beads. And the beads add so much to this design. They are so worth the investment of the time and the funds to put it on this particular piece. It's just like that final little layer. I will say on the original pattern, they had like these random, well, it would be this color, this teal color bead, like on this point and on this point and on this point. I didn't put those in. I thought they looked kind of tacky, in my opinion, and I don't miss them. And I thought these were green leaves, but they're actually purple. So yeah, there she is in all her glory. And I'm going to turn the board a little bit so you can get even more of the dimension that those beads add. And the flowers and just the shimmer and the bling and the sparkle. Beautiful, beautiful design. So let me see if I can zoom out so you can get the full effect. Okay, now focus. There we go. Again, I will list below what groups you can find the PDF format. That PDF format should work in most word processing programs, so you can print it off. I ask that, should you stitch it, that you just give Nora credit for this beautiful design and just say it's a color conversion by Diane. That's all I ask. But I'll let you all get back to your stitching, and love to you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.